I don't want to always hear about sexing and gyrating and my booty hole brown and all that other crazy mess they be talking about. you, I think we got enough of that, and we got enough of I hate you and kill you and let's sell this and shoot them up. They got enough of that. I want to make music that people, can feel and understand. It's not enough music about things like depression and anxiety and stress and real life, just real life. So I just want people to know that, that's my music, that's what I'm making, and I'm here.
What's up, y'all? Harco's here with the Music Making Sense podcast, and with me as always is KP, but he had to restart his computer real quick. But actually, we got a little bit of a special guest here for us today. We're doing our first ever artist spotlight, and I got with me R&B singer right here, goes by the name Royalty. How you doing today, Royalty?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you?
No, I'm doing good. I'm good. Yeah, it's no problem. So, I've been making the rounds, trying to make connections with indie labels for my personal marketing services, stuff like that I do. And I actually made contact with the label that you're under, and your label manager, King Poe. He was like, "Hey, I want to get some of my artists on your show and stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we've never done an actual." Like having any guests on or having any artist spotlight or nothing. I'm like, how about we just start doing a segment, like a bonus segment called Artist Spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So here today, we're going to come to you here and we're just going to hang out with Royalty. And like I said, KP will be hopping in here in a second. He has some technical difficulties with his computer, but he'll be in. But until then, me and Royalty were just talking a little bit, and you were saying you're into comedy as well too. Your husband and your brother-in-law are all into comedy, but you mainly like to focus on the music, but you still mess around with comedy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you said you had like your own YouTube. You were just saying that you had your own YouTube with that as well too.
Yeah, I do. I have my own YouTube under Queen Petty. That's my comedy name.
Queen
Queen Petty.
Patty?
Petty.
Oh, Petty? Okay. Queen
Uh-huh.
Petty?
And on there, I post some of the skits that we do. I have a few videos where I've done some shows. And I also have a Facebook page where I post some things on there. I also go by Queen Petty on there too.
Okay. So, but then Royalty is your artist name. So you just have two different names that you're running with, one with the comedy and one with the
Yeah.
music. Why did you decide to split them two up?
Well, in the beginning, it was more so like I felt I wanted people to take my music serious because
Uh-huh.
I'm a comedian and people just they wasn't gonna take me serious. I felt so I felt I wanted to be able to take my music serious, and I also wanted to be able to build my brand as a musician different from a comedian.
So you wanted to have the two different entities in order to kind of separate the two different things that you do. That makes sense. Yeah, because a lot of times, if you think about a comedian who also does music, like how Adam Sandler started out or something like that, or Weird Al or something like that, you kind of conflate the two and they have to actually separate. Like Adam Sandler, he doesn't get up there with a guitar anymore.
Yeah.
He had to separate that stuff. And so I get what you're saying with that. Absolutely. And that's interesting that you decided to just, instead of just having two different versions of yourself, you actually created two different brands with it, which could actually make it really good because you're going to be building fan base under those different brands independent from each other. And so then if one's going better than the other, you start having more passion for one, you can just kind of delete the other one and just keep moving forward. You don't have to worry about completely restructuring yourself online. That's a really good strategy, honestly.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So you said your husband and his brother, your brother-in-law, do comedy. Do they also do music as well too, or no?
No.
No, just comedy only. Nah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. So what got you into music?
Well, I always wanted to be a singer, a musician, but I just didn't really have the confidence to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I kind of started doing my own podcast with my husband and my brother-in-law to help me get out of my comfort zone and to help to get me comfortable with people looking at me and asking me questions. And then from
Hmm.
there, I started to do the comedy following them. It was something that I wanted to do anyway, but like I said, I didn't have the confidence to do these things.
All right, all right, all right. I just wanted to come in here and let every single one of y'all who love raw, real underground hip hop know about a dope show I found over on YouTube. And they're exclusively on YouTube as well, too. All right. It's called Hip Hop Radar Underground. Make sure you go check them out. They got live Friday shows every single Friday, showcasing artists from all across the world, underground, raw, real hip hop. And if you're an artist, you can actually go and submit your music there too and get it popping on that show. It's a great place to go and network with everybody as well too. Everybody that watches that show and tunes in live are raw, real hip hop fans. All right. So it's a great place to find some real lovers of your music. And like I said, if you love listening to dope new music, make sure you go check them out. They also offer artist spotlight interviews as well too. So if you're an artist, you want a spotlight, go ahead and hit them up over there. Me and KP were just previously on there and we had a dope interview, sat down with the host himself, Sack Juggalo, and had a great conversation. It was a great opportunity. So I just wanted to cut this message right here for every single one of y'all who love raw, real hip hop, or you're an artist. Make sure you go check out Hip Hop Radar Underground over on YouTube. You can also follow them over on IG. Make sure you go check them out. All right, let's get back to the show.
So
Mm-hmm.
as I started to build my confidence up in comedy, I was like, well, time to go out and do what I really want to do.
Right. And that's a good transition that you did. So you started on screen, just kind of getting your face out there, kind of, because it is a interesting experience when you first hop on camera and literally like the whole world has the opportunity to see you
Mhm.
immediately, and you want to make sure everything is good. I know whenever I started my podcast, not this one but a previous one I had when I started in 2017, like when I did my first episode, I did multiple takes and a lot of cuts and everything like that, just because I kept stumbling over my words because I didn't have confidence. You know how that was whenever you first started, you stumble over your words, everything like that. But then you transition off of that. You went, okay, let me hop on stage and do something that I would probably say is is more of a threat to your self-confidence to do comedy than it would be to do music, because you're trying to make people laugh, and if they don't like it, they could boo you,
Yeah.
and that's way worse than like music, because if music, people don't really boo music that much. They might, I'm saying, if it's really horrid, but they'll boo comedy way before they boo
That's
music.
true. That's true. I think I didn't think about that part of it because I knew I was funny because
Hmm.
I would make people laugh all the time, just being me. And so I was like, okay, well, I went and I watched my husband and my brother-in-law watch them to see, to fill it out and to see how it was done. And then once I got the feel of it, I was like, okay, let me just go up here. What's the worst they're gonna do? I mean,
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
So I haven't
Yeah.
been booed per se, but I felt that it's been times I got off stage like, damn, I did a horrible job. I really messed up. I forgot to say this joke. But then when I get off stage, people are telling me like, oh, I really liked your set. That was funny when you said this. So I think that you are your worst critic.
Yeah, so it was more, you had the more self critique as opposed to getting the crickets.
Yeah.
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 No, I know how that is. That's one thing that a lot of us go through, especially us creative people, because whether it's with your music or with your comedy or acting or whatever it is, you got to get over your own self critique, and you can be your own worst enemy. I've known people in the music scene who are amazing, and they'll delete some of their greatest works because they think it's garbage,
Yeah.
and they won't put out stuff, everything like that, just because they're like, oh, that's garbage. And what's really crazy is because I mainly deal in the hip hop realm, and there's quite a few people out here who actually are garbage, who put out music all the time, but then the great ones over critique themselves and never put out music. And I'm like, oh, this needs to be opposite. Like, how do
Right.
these people have so much self-confidence but these other ones don't? And I think that's the hyper creativity that
Hmm.
kind of causes that. That's kind of like my theory. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but that's kind of my theory with that.
I definitely realized that I am a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would do something over and over, and I'm also I paint and I draw too, you know, and I'm just a creator. So I do furniture, so I might be over there redoing some furniture, and it be taking me forever because I be trying to make everything what I feel is perfect, and then
Mm-hmm.
people don't see what I see, and I just be I just be so
So
uh
meticulous about it.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you do that? I know that you said that's a tapestry behind you. Did you do that or did you buy it?
I bought that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I say that's it's cool either way. I'm just curious because you said that you also do all paintings and other artwork and stuff like that too.
Hmm. I
So
just posted a little painting that I did on my Facebook page.
okay, is
Uh,
it royalty one or the Miss Petty?
on Royalty One.
Royalty. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not bad to mix with your music as well too. Have you ever like thought about creating any content where you're actually videoing yourself painting and then maybe you cut a clip of it and put your music in the background or something like that, or maybe you're singing while you're painting or something?
No, I have never thought about that.
That might be something good, because you kind of like blend it all in, because
Yeah.
I've seen people that will do some similar stuff. And you kind of like you blend a little bit of your hobby that actually goes well with what you do in your music and stuff, like what you sing about or just your overall vibe. And that's
Hmm.
something that I've seen people do quite a bit. Like I think that would go really really good with your stuff, especially you being that kind of sultry R&B singer and stuff like that. The peaceful things like that, or any kind of your art and stuff. I think that might go well. Like, are you a big cooker as well too?
Cook, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
like to cook. I'm a vegan cooker, so I'm like a conscious vegan. I like to, watch what I eat and what goes in my
Right.
body. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, you
Right.
know.
Right. Well, I mean, like maybe doing some of your cooking with some music as well too. Either, like I said, you don't have to be singing. You could put the music in behind it or whatever too.
Yeah, my daughter and I actually was just talking about that. She was saying that I should do a video when I'm cooking or cleaning the kitchen or something, and I'm singing and
Hmm.
post it. So that's something that I've been working on. I want to go live on my TikTok, but I just realized I didn't have that many followers. So I'm in the
Best way
process
to
of
get
building
followers is to go live, though. That's what
it.
they keep saying. I'm not a big live person
Until I
myself.
get enough followers.
What was that? I'm sorry.
They won't let me go live until I get enough followers.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I know, like, there's like on the other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and stuff like that. You can go live. I didn't know there's a follower minimum on
I
TikTok. That's
didn't either
interesting.
until I went to try it, and I'm like, why
Hmm.
won't it let me go? And my
Right.
husband's like, you don't have enough followers because
Well,
he
you're
go
just gonna
live
have
on it.
to.
So
Right. Yeah, you're just gonna have to start putting out just a little bit more content and racking it up and stuff. I know I was telling you about how I've been putting out constant clips of my music and stuff like that in different elements every day this month of February. Um, but yeah, like something like that. See, this may sound heavily stereotypical, so feel free to check me. But like, I think with you being a female R&B artist, like you in the kitchen singing your songs while you're cooking, that would resonate so much with your potential fans who could possibly be in the kitchen singing your music while they're cooking and stuff like that. And so you're kind of like implanting that act into their mind. It's like, hey, listen to me while you're cooking, listen to me while you're doing this and stuff like that.
yeah, yep, that makes
That,
sense.
yeah, I think that would go really really good. I've heard of a couple people doing some similar things, but yeah, I think that would go really, really well, especially with you being like super niche with the vegan cooking and stuff like that. Because that that is something, yeah, I think that can go really, really good. Especially if you take like, do you ever take like wild takes on traditional food and turn it into vegan stuff?
What you mean, like just regular
Like,
food and turn it into a vegan? Yeah, that's what
mm-hmm.
I do all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, you do all the time. You ever done anything like out of the box that like people be like, "What, you did that vegan?"
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what was that?
Lasagna,
Mm-hmm.
macaroni cheese. I mean, that sounds ordinary, but and it wasn't the type of macaroni. You know, you can go to the store and buy the vegan liquid cheese. You can go to the store and buy that, but I didn't. I made it from scratch.
So you went and like got like a block of the vegan cheese?
They have vegan block cheese,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't use that. I used cashews and started from scratch, and they didn't know that it was vegan. So
Oh wow. So you just
yeah,
started 100% from scratch. You just grabbed the raw ingredients and went with it. Dang.
yeah,
Yeah, that's hardcore. But you made cashews into mac and cheese and lasagna
yeah.
and nobody could tell the difference? That's
Nobody said this. And I had like big grown men eating.
right.
They was like, this vegan? You sure this vegan?
That's crazy because cashews have such a distinct taste.
It
For you to be
does.
able to mask them well with everything. I mean, the tomatoes have a really strong taste, so with the lasagna, but like with the mac and cheese, man, that's interesting right there. That's really interesting. You should
Yeah, I blow
definitely put videos of that up because that was stuff that like twists people's brains.
yeah, I will blow your mind with my food. They really be like, girl, you need to get a food truck.
That's an option too. I mean, that's a little bit of
Yeah,
a hassle if you know from what I've seen and stuff, but you can definitely do that. All right, y'all. I just want to hop in here again real quick. Yes, I know again, but you know what? We rock with a lot of people here, and a lot of people rock with us here at Music Making Sense Podcast. So I got to tell you about all these great people, all right? And this one right here, right now, is Mad K Studios, all right? Go check them out, madkstudios.com. Mad K is a dope artist, man. This guy can draw or paint almost anything, okay? He really, really specializes in like portrait arts for memorialization of your favorite car or a family member or a loved one or something like that. All right. Full commission artwork, no copy and paste shit or nothing like that. All right. Custom designs. If you want it, make sure you go hit up madkstudios.com for your custom art piece. And you can even go check out some of the pieces that he's done for freelance and stuff like that. And you can also get it on a shirt. He's got coffee mugs and mouse pads and all kinds of other decorative pieces of artwork that you can go and check out as well too. So if you're a connoisseur of art, you're looking for a nice piece of knickknack or something like that around the house, or if you want a custom artwork designed for a loved one or something that's cherished in your life that you want memorialized in an actual painting, a real painting, make sure you go check out madkstudios.com. Let them know Harco's over at Music Making Sense Podcast sent you. All right, let's get back to the show.
yeah,
Now that's interesting, and especially with you having the comedy element to yourself with the skits you like to do, and then your husband being a comedy guy, you could come up with some interesting ass skits where you're like, okay, I'm gonna tell him we're not eating vegan tonight or whatever, and then you like trick him at the end or something like that, and have him think that something was not vegan and it actually was, or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can work your magic on that. I'm not a comedian. I just say dumb shit sometimes, but but
how it starts.
something like that. What was that?
That's how it starts off, saying dumb
That's
shit.
yeah. No, trust me, I get KP dying laughing sometimes by saying dumb shit. So usually I put those at the beginning of the episode and stuff, like at the beginning of the last episode. But uh no, I just like to goof off sometimes. But yeah, I've had people say, "What, you think you're a comedian?" I'm like, no, I'm just funny. I just like to say dumb shit just to kind of break it up, Like I take like a serious moment and just say something ridiculous right in the right spot. Sometimes it's dad jokes and sometimes it's something hilarious or whatever. But yeah, so you said you've been doing music for like a couple years now. That's when you transitioned from the podcast you guys had a couple years ago that you've paused for a little while you
Mhm.
guys are focusing on, he's focusing on your husband's focusing on his comedy. You're focusing on your music more, but also comedy a little bit too. But and you said then like around 2 years ago, that's when you really started messing with the music.
Yeah, I started looking for somebody to help me to produce, to get in the studio. At the time, I didn't have a space to make music. I just had the idea.
Hmm.
So I started to search, and eventually I ran into Poe and Big Buff Records. And
Absolutely.
he hooked me up with um he hooked me up with this guy named Gus. It didn't work out for me. He was
Mm-hmm.
cool, but it wasn't my lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, then I felt that it was best for me to start making my own music, like producing my own. Let me
Mm-hmm.
learn how to make my own. Let me build my own booth. So I built my own space, and I didn't know how to edit, mix, master, none of that. I just started teaching myself. And next thing you know, I was able to mix, master, and clean up my own music. And I'm learning. I'm still learning, but I've came a long way.
That's a big process too, especially the mixing and mastering portion of doing the music. Like I record myself on FL Studio and stuff, but I send it out for mixing and mastering. And I'm not afraid to go hop in a studio and stuff. But I get what you're saying. How
Hmm.
sometimes some of these studios, whether they're a professional lane or they're in somebody's house or whatever, sometimes it can get like a little. I have a hard time building the vibes in them
Yeah.
myself. That's where I had the problem. Like my engineer that I've the only one I've ever been in the studio with, right? Well, technically I was in one other one, but I just I you got to force yourself to get in the mood and that
Yeah.
time slot,
Yep.
and right here, like this is my studio where I'm at here. Like I do it for my podcast, but then I also this is like this is a studio quality condenser mic, you know what I'm saying? And so I record my own stuff here like right when I'm in the mood, like right
Right.
as I'm writing. I just do it, knock it out, and then I just keep rocking it out until literally my voice hurts, because for whatever I so this is about you, but for whatever reason, like I actually, whenever I get and I'm making my music, I actually take my voice down a little bit and make it more rough, like a
Hmm.
subconscious thing. Because when I first started, I was really self conscious about my music, about my voice and everything like that. I was really self conscious about it. But like now, my voice automatically pitches down into a little bit more rasp. And so then at the end of everything, my voice is so sore. Like the next morning, like I gotta like have a little bit of that honey lemon stuff and everything like that.
I know. I understand exactly where you're coming from. That was
Hmm.
part of my problem. Also, everywhere I was going was for hip hop and rap. And I mean, I'm cool with that genre, but that's not my genre.
Right, and
And
it's an
I was like,
interesting. It's a different scene too.
it definitely is. So I was like,
Hmm.
I need something different. I need my own space. And I was searching high and low. And I felt that I was being pushed to make my own table. So I'm here.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a learning process and I'm still learning, but hey,
Hmm.
I'm cool with it. I actually enjoy it more.
That's what matters most is that you enjoy it and you can get in that creative vibe when you want, how you want, for as long as you want, honestly,
Yeah.
and just rock it out. And then if you're sitting there working and you just don't feel it, you ain't got to worry about screwing somebody else's day up because you got to leave the studio or whatever. And so, yeah, no, I completely understand that. That I built my own little setup here as well too. So that's why I actually recommend a lot of artists do that.
I did
You
too.
know,
Now
and
that
it
I've had this experience, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not to take away from the studios and the engineers and stuff like that and what they do, because what they do is dope. But like for the creative process and to actually get it out, it's so much better. It's easier because you don't have to worry about trying to get on somebody else's schedule to do it. You just learn how to bare minimum just record yourself. And then
Mm-hmm.
just send it to that guy that you love, that engineer. Like I still send it to that engineer. I don't go to his house and stuff anymore. I just send it to him in email because I'll be working on it at 1 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that, like crazy times. And yeah, I think that's so much better because then the engineer can kind of work at his own pace too, because we're all in the creative sphere, and sometimes tapping into that creativity, you can't hit press play on that,
Exactly.
like when you go
Exactly.
to a live show, you kind of get that button pushed, because of the energy in there. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to recording and the making, yeah, it's definitely a different vibe. But it looks like we got KP up in here. KP, you're everything going good over there, man?
Yeah, I'm good. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine as well too. It looks like your camera's not
Nah,
on and
yeah,
everything
don't.
like
Yeah,
that.
I'm just. Yeah, the camera's not on
Okay,
right now.
no problem, man. Feel free to chime in anytime. we finally got KP up here for those of y'all, still paying attention and everything like that. But he had a little bit of technical difficulty with his computer. But yeah. So where are you looking? So you're focusing more on your music instead of the comedy as much, but you still want to mess around with the comedy, which is cool because it could be a fun outlet and a fun break from just focusing on the music so much. But like,
Yeah.
where do you want to take your music? Do you want to be like a touring act, or would you just like to just make a catalog of music and touch people all across the planet however they see fit?
I want to do both. I would like to
Yeah.
try both to see, what I like mostly. I definitely want to try touring. I want to have both experience. It seems like
Mm,
touring, it could be a great experience, but after a while, I would assume that one would get tired of touring and eventually you ready to be home.
mm.
So I want to be able to
Yeah,
do
I
both.
could. Yeah, I could see some people doing that. Like Tech Nine, I don't think he gets tired of it because this guy has been touring almost every day of every year for like 20 something years. So some people I think are built for it and some are not.
Yeah,
But you going out there and getting that experience and figuring it out for yourself, I mean, it could be a good experience. Like, do you like traveling and stuff like that as well?
I do.
Yeah, so it might be good for you. You
Yeah,
might love it. But yeah, definitely getting the. Do you have like stuff lined up coming up here soon where you're working on getting on some stages here soon?
I do. I have a show this Friday at the Sacred Water, the Kava Bar in Olmsted in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another show with them, the same people, a 420 show.
There you
And then
go.
I have a show at the end of March, March 31st.
And all around the Cleveland area.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Yeah, you guys got like a decent scene out there.
In Cleveland, I think it's better,
Mm-hmm.
but from my perspective, I don't think that is very much support here for my lane. I
For the
think it's more,
R&B lane.
yeah, because I honestly, I have not ran into no R&B singers, male or female. Every show that I've done, I've always been the only R&B artist there.
Hmm.
And I mean, I found a couple groups, and I found maybe one R&B female singer, but she doesn't seem to be that type to want to talk or reach out or anything like that. So just
That's
me.
Hey, sometimes you gotta pave your own lane. Trust me. Me and KP pave our own lanes in multiple different ways, and it's not always a bad thing. You gotta. All right, y'all. I just want to take a quick break right here to tell you about something hot and spicy. And no, I'm not talking about that Latina thing that you saw on Tinder the other day. I'm talking about hot sauce, and not just any hot sauce, but Tennessee Hot Sauce Co. All right. I personally know the owner of Tennessee Hot Sauce Company, and I've seen him grow this company from just something that he would sell a few bottles at the local farmer's market to something that can ship all across the United States now, all right? And you guys have a unique opportunity right now to save 20% by using the code MMCPOD when you check out on any order over at Tennessee Hot Sauce Company's website. All right, that's tnhotsauceco.com. Make sure y'all go check them out and use the code MMCPOD over at checkout and save 20%. You guys got to check this out. All right, they have all kinds of great flavors. My personal favorite is poblano jalapeno. It has a mild kick to it because I'm a little bit of a bitch when it comes to spices, but it has great flavor. I put it on all kinds of stuff. I put it on steaks. I put it on burgers when I'm cooking them. I put it on tacos and enchiladas, stuff like that as well too. But I've tried many of these other flavors like the garlic habanero and the honey habanero, the blood orange ghost, and the pineapple habanero. Now the pineapple habanero was one that really snuck up on me because it had a great sweet flavor of the pineapple, and it wasn't nothing overbearing, but it had a very good flavor to it. And then all of a sudden, boom, I got hit in the ass with a habanero and I had to go grab some milk. All right. But these are some great flavors, and they have all kinds of different options. They have the collection, which has the full lineup of all 6 of their most popular sauces. They also have different subscription boxes. You have a 3-sauce option, a 4-sauce option, yearly and bi-yearly options available as well too for the boxes. Then you also have all kinds of other new flavors that they have that I've never tried yet. I actually got to get that shipment in here soon of the barrel-aged whiskey and the mustard dill scorpion. Those are 2 that look very, very interesting, and I want to try them out. One thing I did try is one of their new options that they have here, which is the poblano jalapeno beef jerky. But like I said, I love the poblano jalapeno sauce, and whenever I tried this jerky, no bullshit, I ate the whole bag before I can even sit down and shoot this promo right here, all right? And so luckily, I know the owner, like I said, so I got another bag on the way, but y'all gotta go check it out. And he also told me they got some more flavors coming out of the jerky as soon as they get operations up and running on that brand new venture right there, all right? So again, make sure y'all go over tnhotsauceco.com, use promo code MMCPOD at checkout and save 20% on your order. And on top of that, orders $50 and over are free shipping in the United States. So again, make sure you go check this out. Small batch, small brand, but powerful flavors. Tennessee Hot Sauce Company. Now, let's get back to the show. You gotta do your thing, but you never know. You might be the one who puts together some R&B stuff. You know, you might be the magnet that brings out some more R&B artists, male and female, to come out and, you know, have an R&B show or a small tour around, you know, the Cleveland area, or, you know, around like, you know, the Ohio area or something like that. Maybe, you know, jump over to like Fort Wayne and do some stuff, or here in Indianapolis, because I'm here in Indiana, like an hour away from Indianapolis. You know, and then you can branch out from there, you know, because yeah, I know what you're saying. Like hip hop is really taking over a lot. You know, I hear people saying that a lot, man. But I think you can make your own lane because people love.
Actually, you know what? I have to say this, guys.
Your audio is really buzzed and jacked up right now, man.
I'm sorry, no.
No, it's got that buzz echo thing on it. Yeah. Sorry about that, man. It was good when you came in.
I think he's froze.
No, he's there. He's just paying attention. Yeah, no, it looked like his camera froze for a second, but like I saw him move a little bit. So, no, he's just getting it taken care of. So, yeah, it's still the same thing. It's like a buzz echo and stuff. It's not hard. It's not very easy to listen to you. It was clear when you came in, though. So, yeah, go ahead, man. Take care of it, dude, and just pop back in and we'll do a check. But yeah, I think he was getting ready to disagree. He has a lot of different opinions on things than what I do. He was actually a frontman for a metal band for 23 years, multiple metal bands. So he's done a lot of touring and stuff like that. Whereas me, I've only done like 4 shows and I don't really like them. and that might be that might be a lot of different things. Like I'm more introverted than he is. He's like a very extroverted person. When he's around people, he's on like to another level. And but yeah, with me, I not so much. Go and do an audio test, KP.
Test.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I was just
good.
letting her know how you're an extrovert and you turn on really, really good around people and I don't. And so like I was telling her how you have your experience with all your shows and everything like that. You've done your live shows and everything. But you were saying that you disagree a little bit about hip hop taking over as opposed to R&B or something like that?
Yeah. As you start to look, as you're starting to pay, if you're paying attention right now, look at what's going on in country. And we were just talking about that. We Darkos and I were just talking about that on our last podcast. No,
yeah.
2 podcasts. It was 2 podcasts ago. Yeah. And
well, yeah, we were talking about it then, and then we were talking about it on Sunday when we were on Hip Hop Radar Underground. We were talking about it a little bit as well too. But yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. So if you think about it, right now, people, and also there's this there's an upcoming batch of R&B artists that's starting to get some love. And so what I would do for you in your case is I would I would start going online. And when you start doing your, like, for your shows, I would start putting out flyers. But I would create the flyers, but I would put them online, but also post them in the area where you're going to be performing. Okay? And then after that, well, while you're doing that, start connecting with R&B artists online. Okay? So, like, start building like communities and stuff, right? And also when you go out, start building communities. And also, like, if you got some like, I would say get some merch. Because if you're serious about what you're doing, I would definitely go out and get merch. And here's why. If you are the lone R&B artist out here right now, then utilizing internet and street promo is going to really help you get yourself out there. Also, open mics. All right. I would definitely say open mics would be really good, because that's a way to get yourself ready, and you're able to communicate with an audience, right? You're able to have that nice communication, have that nice intimate engagement with them. And then if you got a couple t-shirts, maybe, start off with a single, like start off getting some CDs that has that's with one song on it, right? Have a nice look, and go to disc makers and get them done. Like, get some quality stuff. Start off, and I'm saying that because, to me, in your case, as an R&B artist, elegance is the key. It is, but authenticity also helps with the way you present yourself, and also be able to get an audience, right? Because that's how you're able to build your community, because they want that elegance. R&B will always want that sense of elegance, because you're singing, right? That's just like for me in metal. And it's funny, you were talking when I hopped on, and Arcos was telling you about, and you guys were talking about how certain people are built for. You were saying how certain people are built for touring. I was just thinking about that with myself, right? Like, I know and I understand that people have always, and one thing I was just saying, I was thinking about earlier, and that you said with tech, a lot of times when it comes to going out, doing shows, when we get a certain age, we feel like, okay, why am I going out here doing shows, right? But the thing is you're either built for it or you're not. And that is the truth. Like, I don't care if you've never done a show in your life, and you probably wait until you're about 35 or 40. Guess what? If you've thought about it all that time, if it's been in your soul all that time, from high school or junior high school or maybe elementary school, and you're still thinking about it, it's still just eating you inside, guess what? That means you are truly built for it. And you are going to get out there and kill it. And the reason I'm saying that, and I'm going to guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you, when you do your first show and you got people there, somebody's going to ask you if you got any music or got some stuff for them to connect with you on. That's why I say have merch, and have quality merch that they are going to be able to rock every day. Like, if you got a nice looking t-shirt And two, think about this. Most R&B artists don't try to really put their merch out there like that. But if you look at metal bands and rock bands, they do. Because people still buy merch. I don't care what anyone says. When they connect with you, they want something from you. That's why Mary J. Blige and Sean, shout out to Brandman and Corey. But it was one of the first, I think it was one of the first episodes they had. It was the first one, I think, that they were doing a No Labels Necessary podcast style. And Sean brought up about Mary J. Blige, because Mary J. Blige having new boots, them knee-high boots she got on. Auntie need to be rocking those damn boots, right? Like, and that's what he was saying. And it was like, and as I watched it and thought about it, I was like, man, he is so right. Right? Because her fans are willing to spend money on those boots because they want to get that feel of Mary J. Blige. It's that class, it's that elegance, it's that sense of style, it's that signature. Right? And that's where you, as an R&B artist, you just taking those pieces, right, that she does and say, okay, what's my signature? What's my style? What's my brand? How do I want to represent it? How do I want people to see me? Right? That's where you want to go. For me, let's give you a great example. I don't like looking like this when I'm on stage. Like how I look right now with this polo and stuff. I hate looking like that on fucking stage. Let me tell you, darling, I do. Okay, I want to look like Screaming Jay Hawkins, Marilyn Manson, and fucking and Corey Taylor from Slipknot, but sound like Lamb of God with motherfucking with a lick of fucking Luther Vandross, honey. That's how I like to fucking bring this shit. Okay, I'm weird, I'm eclectic, I'm wild. When I am on stage, I am a totally different person.
All right, y'all. Let me take a quick break right here to tell you about something that's completely fucking ridiculous. Okay. It's called HorribleDesigns.com. And I personally know the owner, and he's just as ridiculous as this whole fucking company is, okay? If you or someone you know loves stickers and mugs and shirts with crazy, outlandish sayings on them that just are designed to catch people's attention out in public and get them to laugh and point and ask you, hey, where'd you get that t-shirt, or where'd you get that sticker, when they see it on your car and stuff like that, y'all got to go check out HorribleDesigns.com. At HorribleDesigns.com, they have all kinds of ridiculous sayings on stickers and coffee mugs, t-shirts, vinyl stickers, magnets, and even mouse pads, okay? And I'm telling you, if you guys have not checked out HorribleDesigns.com, you got to go check it out, because some things are straight up great, like the American Muscle mouse pad. It's got some awesome pictures of great muscle cars if you're into cars, or you know somebody who's into muscle cars and they need some great mouse pad to have while they're on the computer working. But then they also have dumbass fucking t-shirts that say things like, are you staring at my ass, with a picture of a donkey on it, or stickers that say, are you staring at my beaver, with a picture of a beaver on it. Stuff like that, man. Completely ridiculous shirts and stickers, coffee mugs, everything like that. Anything that you could ever think about having just to get people's attention, make a statement out in public, and just completely be ridiculous, and to do it with some horrible designs at the exact same time. And like I said, I know the owner, so he hooked us up with a great deal where you can save right now by using the link below in the description. Whenever you go there and shop, you will not only support Music Making Sense podcast, but you also get a great deal on any and everything that you decide to purchase every time that you use that link right there in the description below. So make sure you go check that out right now, HorribleDesigns.com. Use the link below in order to get good savings. Go check it out. Buy some ridiculous shit for yourself or someone you know. All right, now let's get back to the show.
Totally different person. And I want to display that. I love wearing makeup. I love wearing crazy suits. I'm a big fan of WWE. Right? Because I love that pageantry. I've watched it since I still remember the first match I watched, right? It was, so that tells you, right? And being able to express that in the music and on stage, that's the place I can do it. That is the
Yeah, you want
one
to talk about
place.
you want to talk about selling merch, WWE. Whew,
Yeah,
they sell some merch because
exactly.
people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's why before when you were having your issues, we were talking about, she really likes cooking and stuff like that. So I was focusing on like the video elements and stuff like that. But he's 100% on point. Like, especially if you're the lone R&B artist, like he was saying, the elegance and stuff like that. I never even thought about that. That's why me and him team up, because he thinks of things I can never even think of. But the elegance of it, I think that's gonna be where you really shine. And then bring some more R&B artists on, and then y'all build a conglomerate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Also,
100%.
tap into musicians. Tap into R&B musicians, like funky ass soul licking, make you drop your panties ass bass players, right? I'm not kidding, hun. Definitely go for those type of guys. Go for that drummer who can be silky smooth with those sexy ass fills, but at the same time can give you some brushes, can be diverse with that sound. Like he can go from a Jasmine Sullivan to Michelle the gay Ocello, right? Who can go that far? Who can go from a Mary J? Right? I mean, just those type of who could do flowetry, right? Somebody who's got that sauce, right? A guitar player who can lay down them licks. You know what I'm saying? If you like horns, definitely get those guys, get horns players, get those. Hell, if you want to add a DJ, you know what I'm saying? Start just getting those type of musicians who are in the R&B. Start connecting with them as well. Connecting with producers, connecting with, you know what I'm saying, engineers, all those type of people. Because the one thing that they're going to want is they're going to want those vocals. And if you can record, if you can do something like, and I tell artists, I tell, and I encourage vocalists to do this, right? Record yourself with a metronome in your ears. Okay? Put the metronome in your, get yourself a set of in-ear monitors and put the metronome in your ears and then start singing and record yourself. Also, if you're not an instrumentalist, buy beats from BeatStars and get the full license. I had to do it for metal for a couple metal tracks because I'm not as sufficient of an instrument, and Lord knows I gave it all I had. Right? But hey, the one thing I do have is my voice. So that's what I focus on, my voice and my songwriting. I had to humble myself about that. Yeah. And if you can do, and you know what I'm saying, and it's easy to do, because then your one thing is that you want to focus on is those four things I said: your signature, your style, your brand, and who you are.
Yeah, I think that's going to go good, especially the live music element of it. That's going to bring the whole atmosphere in there for you too.
Yeah.
So do you mainly just have like a backing track and you kind of go off that, or have you ever had any live music with it as well too?
No, I would like to get a live band and perform behind a live band. I just haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. Right now, I just usually make my beats off of whatever DAW I'm using. I do have a keyboard and a beat maker that I just started, trying to figure out how to use. So I got instruments. I got a guitar that I bought myself. I'm teaching myself how to play the guitar. So
you're hella resourceful. Damn. Like you taught yourself how to mix and master and record yourself, and now you're making your own beats and then teaching yourself guitar. That's dope. That's awesome.
And those are good skills to have, definitely. Like, and the thing I just want to say is that even if you're not going to become the most efficient guitarist, don't worry about that. At least be able to put down your ideas. Right. And that's why I said using that metronome is definitely going to help. You don't need to be a virtual guitar. You don't need to be a guitar virtuoso, right? You don't. just be able to just be able to record your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But long as you got that voice and you got that timing down with the recording, you could find a band easily to be like, oh shit, I got you, bro. Hell yeah, let me get that. You know, like straight up, because musicians are just freaking brilliant like that. I mean, especially a lot of instrumentalists out here, they'll get it just like that, especially R&B, because they rely on the ear, they rely on the voice. It's vocal based music.
Yep.
Right. So, and I know that because I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, baby. I grew up on soul music. I am an extreme metal fucking dude, but I grew up on soul music. So hell yeah, I totally get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much the diet in Detroit, though, right? You gotta have that. You gotta have that soul music as your breakfast.
Yep. Yes, sir.
There you go. Yeah.
So knowing that you're from Cleveland, I was like, okay, yeah, she gets it, because that's where Anita Baker comes from.
Well, I'm from Canton.
Right?
I'm from Canton, but I'm always in Cleveland. My husband is from Cleveland, so I'm always in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're over in Canton. Oh, Canton used to have some good football. They still got some good ass football, do they?
Yeah, I
Canton High
guess
School.
Football Hall of Fame. They over there building that up and adding on to that. So
that's football. That's some good. There's some good high school football over there. The boys are raw. Shit.
Yeah, that's kind of a Midwest thing, though. You know, it's like either football or basketball is hella big.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, definitely that would be good for you. I think that would be how you can help build your own lane, because what you were saying, how you're trying to like fit in like square peg round hole type of situation in a lot of these shows and these situations that you got, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Why do you think, because I remember you said a second ago that you tried reaching out to a couple R&B artists and they're just really standoffish. Why do you think that is?
I think maybe sometimes that they don't want nobody else to take the shine from them, so it's more of an ego type thing.
The scarcity mindset, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm the type of person, I'm like, well, what you know? Teach me, I'll teach you what I know. Let's come together. Let's make some music together. That's the type of person I am, but it's no different, though. Even when I was doing comedy, the comedians, the females, the men would be like, hey, what's up? What's up, Queen Patty? But the females were like, hi.
No, yeah, I could get that. I had a feeling that's what you were going to say, but I figured I'd get it straight from you because you're in the zone. You're in that realm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, I've seen that. We see that all over the place. I mean, that's just one of the things when it comes to trying to make your own lane. A lot of people think, well, I can't put somebody on. I can't team up with someone better than me. They might steal my shine. And it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. A lot of us in the entertainment business, we got in to get the attention on us, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, and so, when other people are stealing our attention, we're like, oh, that is the attention I could have had, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one of the downsides. That's what sucks. But, sometimes, what I like to do whenever I collab on music with people is I tell people, I'm like, murder me on this track. Like here, I'll go first, and then you come in and just decimate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to decimate me. Like, it's not no sadomasochist stuff. It's just like, look, we're teaming up. I want the best of you. I'm gonna give the best I got, and then I want you to come right after. I'll shine, even if it's my track. Go for it.
Then I shine. If I shine, then you shine.
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is too is that like I put out my best whenever I get behind the mic. So like if people are like, yo, yeah, you did good, but so and so fucking killed it. I'm like, okay, dope, man. Did you like the whole song? Yeah, well, keep playing it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. It's the music. And there's a lot of people out there that, like I said, they got that scarcity mindset. They think that it's like feast or famine. It's like, nah, like we can do this work together. Like, yeah, there's a lot of snakes out there. You got to watch who you work with. But like, get all that out of your mind for a second. Let's think, okay, we're going to put this show together. let's just randomize the lineup every time we go up together. Everybody has a different order every time or something like that,
Yeah.
and it's just like, like with me, anytime I go to a live show, I'm like, yeah, I'll open. I have no problem opening when there's 4 people there because nobody showed up yet. Fuck it, I
Yep.
don't give a shit. Like, yeah, you guys go ahead and you guys go up later or whatever. I have no problem. But like you said, it's kind of a rare thing. And what you're saying, like, you're a rare breed. You're like, hey, I'll tell you what I know. You tell me what you know. That's rare. And yeah, especially with female comedians and stuff like that. Yeah, that's definitely dog eat
Especially
world.
if I feel like somebody is better than me at being a comedian or music, I definitely want to sit back and take notes so I can get better. Like, ain't that how you supposed to learn? When
Yeah.
find somebody that's better than you at what you're doing and take notes from them.
Yeah,
Duh.
a mentorship or an apprenticeship,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely what you're supposed to do. But you know how it is out there, though. But
Yeah.
I have faith that you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to find it, even if you travel a little bit more or something like that. I think you could be able to do it because there, like KP was saying, there is a crowd that loves R&B and they like that elegance of it and they want to be entertained. So yeah, I'm sure you could find it and put it together, especially with your label that you got. I mean, they got the resources and stuff like that in
Yeah.
ingenuity where they can get some connections going and get you up and rolling. Absolutely.
Yeah. They are very resourceful. Big Buff Records. They are very resourceful.
How long you been with them?
I want to say a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
and
you just, like you said, you randomly found King Poe just like on the internet or like in person
well,
somewhere.
I went on Facebook and I literally typed in um, any R&B producer engineers out there, and then somebody tagged me and gave me different people to look at, to go, to talk to. So I think Poe might have been like the second person,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him what I was looking for, and it just so happened we already knew each other, you know. So he was like, "Okay, well, I'll meet up with you this day, and we'll talk." Came to my house. I gave him a little audition. He was like, "All right, say less," and we've been working ever since.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, that's one of the first things he told me. He was like, "Hey, man, you should have one of my artists on the podcast." I was like, "Okay, well, what's her story?" He's like, "She's dope." I'm like, I get that. Like, is there any more of a story to it than she's dope? I appreciate that. That's the first thing. That's for a dead ass. I can show you the message. That's what he said. He said she's dope. I'm like, okay, well, is there like something extraordinary about her besides she's dope? He's like, no, you gotta check it out. I'm like, okay. Okay, I get what you're trying to say. that's literally how he described you to me.
I just looked
Maybe
up here
So,
on I just looked here on Instagram and just found the 2024 Ohio R&B Music Festival, and it says it's performance applications open now. Apply at www.souldopeentertainment.com. Deadline May 1st.
May 1st deadline. When does it say when the show's supposed to be or where?
Just says it says the show will be and it happens on October 5th and 6th in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, that's not bad. That gives plenty of time to get everything taken
I
care
mean,
of.
that's not too far either. You
Yep.
said
There
it's
you
so
go.
dope entertainment.
Yes, ma'am. Soul Dope. That's SOUL. Yep. DOPE. Entertainment. And fully spelled entertainment. Okay, good. Good deal.
There you go. Yeah, there
Thank
you go.
you.
Absolutely.
That's what we love to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do. Is we try to help people and everything like that. Absolutely. There you go. That'll give you some opportunity right there and get you branching out and everything like that. Get you rocking and rolling. Absolutely.
I'm excited. Yay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, did you have anything else that you wanted to say out there? Like, go ahead and just, take the stage, speak your mind, tell everybody anything that you haven't said already about who you are, what you stand for, anything like that. Whatever you want to say. What's up?
Um, well, I just want people to hear me and know that I am making music that people can feel that soul music. I don't want to always hear about sexing and gyrating and my booty hole brown and all that other crazy mess they be talking about.
Right, right.
You I think we got enough of that. And we got enough I hate you and kill you and let's sell this and shoot them up. They got enough of that. I want to make music that people, can feel and understand. It's not enough music about things like depression and anxiety and stress and real life, just real life. So I just want people to know that, that's my music, that's what I'm making, and I'm
That's what's
here.
up. That's what's up.
Awesome
That's absolutely,
sauce.
that's all love right there.
Hell yeah.
And follow me and listen to my music.
Absolutely,
Where
absolutely.
can
Go ahead
we
and drop
follow?
those.
Now, where can we follow? Yeah, where can we
Yeah, drop
follow
the
you
links and
at?
everything.
All those. Yeah.
Okay, I am Royalty Lisa Williams on Facebook and the Melanin Queen on TikTok and the real. Hold on, let me get my Instagram.
It's all good,
All
and
my
we'll put it on the screen and in the description too. You can send it to me afterwards, but go ahead and find it. It's cool.
Okay, and all my music is on all streaming platforms. So TikTok, I'm sorry, Spotify, Tidal,
All that,
iHeart, Pandora, all that.
and that's
In my
ROYALTY, correct?
mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go.
And one thing I just want to encourage you to do that will help you out as well is for your. Do you have a website?
No.
Okay. Now, before you get yourself a website, I want to encourage you to do this as well. All of your social media handles should all have one name, one title. Like if it's what's your moniker?
Royalty.
Okay,
Royalty.
royalty. Okay, so it should say royalty, and if you want to have melanated queen or whatever right behind it, but make sure that all of them say that one that you have one
Brand
what's
solidarity.
the word? Yeah. So that way people know it's consistent. Yeah. So it's like for me,
so it's
KP
either
Bowden.
royalty or royalty music or royalty blah whatever, like everywhere. So like what I recommend people is when you're creating your stuff or when you're going to change everything, have a tab open for each social media platform, including YouTube, and then go and search all the ats and the handles and stuff like that, and find ones that you can find on all of them to keep them as same as possible. Because then that way you can just be like royalty music everywhere. Just go type it in at royalty music. That rolls off really, really well as well too. Yeah. But yeah, I know I was talking with Poe and stuff like that. You can get you straight. No problem about that. Yeah. But absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming in here and hopping on the very first Artist Spotlight and kicking it with us, spreading the love with your music as well as Joy with your comedy and everything like that, and your art and everything like that you're involved with. And absolutely, anytime you want to come back, just hit me up. We'll get you back up on here and everything like that when you got some new stuff you want to pop out or anything that you want to talk about, any topics, anything that's going on in the R&B world that you think the world needs to know about, anything like that. Feel free to hop up in here and stuff because given that diversity of news and opinion and thought and everything like that is definitely what we need out here.
All right. I appreciate you guys having me. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem at all. But no problem at all. All right, so every single one of y'all, appreciate you turning in here for this first ever Artist Spotlight. It's your boy Harkos with KP as always, and here with Royalty. Make sure you go follow her. All the stuff will be in the description and up on the screen as well too. And we will see you on the next episode, next piece of bonus content. You know how to find us everywhere on there. See y'all later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.